fam, and thank you so much for tuning in to another video here with Lifestyle with Am So Fab. I am so glad to be back. This is my first sit down video of the new year, and what I wanted to do is just come and kind of talk to you guys about a little bit of who I am. Formally introduce myself to all the new subscribers because we have a lot of new subscribers here, and I am so excited about that. And then this to also tell you some of my New Year intentions. I think a lot of times when people say New Year's resolution, it kind of gets like a bad rap because most times people don't, let's be honest, actually go through with their resolution for the rest of the year. So I'm going to take a softer slide into it, and I'm going to call it 2024 New Year Intentions. So I have a couple of things that I'm going to be doing different this year that I definitely wanted to share with you. And hopefully some of these tips will help. So first, what I just want to do, because we do have so many new subscribers, is introduce myself. My name is Amber, and I am a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a friend, I'm a makeup artist, I'm a chaos coordinator. I am all of the above, okay? Check my resume. But I love to create content. I started doing this maybe 2020, then I stopped, and I knew I wanted to get back into it, but I wanted to be able to have the space to create the type of content that I wanted to. So last year, thankfully, thanks to God, we were able to purchase a house, me and my husband, and now I'm able to create the content that I have been dreaming of creating for years now. I would like to be able to connect with a lot of you. It is so much that we can learn from each other, and I'm really mostly excited about that. Just the people that I'll be able to meet through this channel. And every time you guys come back and you click on my videos, you showing up for me, I really, 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 really appreciate that. But I would love to hear from you. So please, when I'm posting these videos, leave me comments, suggestions, like let's talk, let's have a family here, because that's what I really, really want. I'm also an autism mom. I have a 16-year-old son whose name is Kobe. He's one of my middle kids, and he is such a special ball of energy. I just love it, but I would love to connect with some other autism moms. That would be awesome. I have three boys, and then I have a little girl. She came last, my little princess. So I now have the best of both worlds. I used to be a boy mom, but now I'm a boy mom and I have a princess. So I just cannot wait to share with you guys everything that I have coming up. And I want you guys to share with me. So, since we've gotten past my little introduction, let's get into these tips for 2024. My tips on some things that I'm going to be doing different. And I would love for you guys below to tell me what you're going to be doing different in 2024. And the first thing is, I know that I am suited and booted today, but in 2024, one thing that I did want to make a I wanted to make really big for me is showing up for myself. I work from home, and so I'm not in the office setting anymore. Literally, sometimes from Monday to Tuesday, Monday to Wednesday, Monday to Friday, like all week long, I literally look the same. And I think because I've done that for so long, I kind of got lazy with my look. And now that I have a daughter and she watches everything that I do, I really want to go back to being really intentional about how I present myself to the world every day and making sure that I'm putting my best foot forward. So for today's video, because we are sitting and chit-chatting, I pulled out this suit and this cute little outfit, and I am showing up for myself today. So I definitely think that that's a good tip for 2024, is just to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward and you are showing up for yourself every single day. The second thing that I did, which was really, really important to me that I did this year, I have never done a vision board, and I know that that's really popular, but I was seeing online where people were doing prayer boards. And I was all for it this year because I wanted to be really, really intentional about this year and just how different I wanted it to be. I felt like I needed to do something different. So I created a prayer board that I'm going to share here with you guys. So, on my prayer board, well, let me first say this on your prayer board, you get to list out anything that you want to really focus on for the year. What you're going to do is you're going to write that on an envelope, basically your subject, and then you're going to put a scripture on that envelope. And then on the inside of the envelope, I just wrote letters to God. Honestly, my letters all started with Dear God, and I just kind of went from there and I wrote from my heart about whatever the subject was. And the great thing about a prayer board is you get to pick what's on your board, and it's special to you. And so anytime throughout the year you feel a little lost, um, you're not really sure what to do about a situation, and you already have an envelope just for it, just go back and read your scripture that's on the front of it. Because I'm a firm believer, like the good book says, if you write it down, you make it plain. He hears you, he knows what you need. So you just got to have the faith of a mustard seed, and he's going to take care of the rest. So these scriptures on the front are going to remind you of whatever it is, that you prayed about. This scripture is going to take you back to there, and it's going to really help you push through that moment until God shows you that breakthrough. So some of the things that I put on my prayer board, um, and then I categorized them as best as I could for the space. So on this side, I have a love letter to God, and I put on the front of that one, we love because He first loved us. 1 John 4:19. Under that, I have healing. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3, and that's on my healing envelope. And then I have health. I have identity. In this middle section, it kind of is more of like my goals and what I would like to do. So the first one is goals. The second one is finances, and then the last one is business. And then on the other side, I have marriage at the top, my husband's name, because I did do him his own special envelope because I just love my husband dearly. And there are things that I want for him that are outside of our marriage. So it was definitely important for me to do an envelope for him. I have one for my children, I have one for my families, and I have one for my friends because they're important to me too. And just like I'm praying for things for myself, I am praying for things for my friends too. So I had an envelope for them as well. So this year, I'm really excited about. I'm excited to see what happens at the end of 2024 for me and for my family, for my friends, for my businesses, everything that I put on this board. So I'm going to keep it in my room, in my closet. And, from time to time when I'm praying, or, I just want to feel like I want to connect with God, I am going to look at this board. I'm going to read these scriptures, and I'm going to remember what He promised me. Because, one thing I know, if He can't do it, nobody can. But one thing I know about Him, He can do it. So I really want to, try something different this year. I've always written down things and put in my Bible before the beginning of the year. But this year I wanted to step out and do a prayer board, and I'm really glad that I did. And honestly, this is a board that I used to have in my office space. Some people use poster boards. I decided to do just small envelopes and pieces of paper. That's it. A lot of people I've seen, they do different kind of pictures. A lot of them have colorful boards, which is nice as well. I've even seen where people found mustard seeds and put them in little small baggies and just take mustard seeds all over their board to remind them of how much faith you have for God to actually move for you. So I wanted to get right to it. I didn't want to wait on anything I just wanted to connect with God. So that's why I decided to do my prayer board this way. But you can decide to do it any way you want to. And I highly encourage you to do a prayer board. And if a prayer board is not your thing, just write a letter to yourself, about some things that you want to accomplish. And, try and find a way to connect to something bigger than you. So maybe that will give you some purpose, and that will also give you some drive. And then that'll help you, navigate throughout 2024. But definitely being intentional in 2024, that's for sure what I'm doing. Okay, so the next thing that I'm doing differently in 2024, I am reading books, listening to anything motivational. What we feed is what grows. So in 2024, I am being intentional about what I put in my mind, what I put in my head, what I, view, what I listen to. I believe that there's a balance that you need to have to keep your mind clutter free. And I will say towards the end of the end of the year, I did have to stop following certain types of Instagram pages because it was just so heavy for me. I'm a Cancer, so I'm a natural empathist. And so when I was seeing what was going on in the other countries, where so many children were affected, it was really doing something to my mental space, because when you see people hurting, a lot of times you want to help. And when you know that there's literally nothing you can do other than maybe donating some money, it kind of weighs on you. So I had to stop following, a lot of social media pages because it was just getting to be a bit much for me. But I did pick up a new book because I want to make sure that I'm reading more this year. So I found this book by Stasi Eldridge, and it's called Becoming Myself, Embracing God's Dream for You. So I have started reading this book. I try to read a little bit every night. It's kind of hard with baby girl because she likes to jump in my lap and pull on things, but I'm definitely getting through this book. I got this off of Amazon, and I will have this link below. And I really want to learn and figure out the purpose for my life. So that's why I thought that that was really, really important, because I want to become in 2024 the best version of myself. So I thought that this would be a great read, and I would highly suggest it. So far I've been loving it. And then I would definitely suggest it to anyone that's just looking to get started um on their journey to a higher self. The other book that I have is actually one that I've already read before. I did not finish it and I wasn't consistent with it before. But this is not a new book, and it's Jesus Calling. I think I got this out of Hobby Lobby. They have a lot of these kind of books, and it's just every day is dated with something different. It's got a message for every day, and then it's got scriptures for every day. So every morning, my routine is pretty much to get up at 5 a.m. because I have to get my kids up as well. But while they're kind of getting dressed and brushing their teeth and stuff, because they're a little older, I don't have to stand over them. I take a few minutes and I sit down and I read this. I read the passage for that day, and then I go ahead and find my scriptures as well. And I just think that's a great way to get the day started. A slow and easy way to roll into the chaos sometimes that we face. So it's a great way to get the day started. So Jesus Calling, you can find this at Hobby Lobby, and then I'm sure you can find it online, but this is a good one. They also have different ones. Jesus Calling, Jesus Always. So yeah, definitely check out this line of books for your everyday devotional. This is a good one. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to be intentional about doing in 2024 is something that I've already done previously, is writing things down. So when I say writing things down, I'm talking about whether it's notes I want to make to self, planners. Please get you a planner. I know this may be a little old school because we're so digital and everybody does everything on their phone now. I just cannot get with that. But like this planner, I got it from Target. I think it might have been like $13 or $14. And a planner every year is something I must have, and it helps me stay organized. So it's highly something that I would suggest if you've never been into the whole planning thing, is to get you a planner. I like this one because mostly it fits in my purse. And then it's easy for me to carry around. It's easy for me to get to. So definitely invest in you a good planner. I also go ahead and write down certain bills for certain paychecks in here. It really, really helps me stay organized. And a planner is something that I don't know if a lot of people still use, but I know it's very helpful to stay organized. Everything in one spot. Please get you a planner, okay? And the other thing, a notebook. I write things down that cross my mind, projects that I would like to do, things that I'm praying about sometimes that I want to come back to later on. I write them in my notebook. It's a great way for me to be able to just pull something out of my bag and keep up with notes that I have, things that don't necessarily go in a planner, but things that I want to remember and maybe come back to later. I keep them in my notebook. So this one is just one that came from um, Target, and it was actually a part of the Christmas collection, and it was on sale for $5. And I was like, this would be perfect. So on the first page in here, I wrote down my 2024 goals. I got a little specific on things that I wanted to try and achieve in 2024. And then on the next page, I listed my large purchases wish list. So that brings me into the next part of my intentions for 2024, and that is my finances. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys is a budgeting tool that I have been using that is not sponsored in any kind of way, but it has helped me a lot. And when I say that, I want to say that because it's helped me be more mindful about my spending, and that's Rocket Money. So it's $9.99 a month, and I'm pretty sure there are other apps like this that you may be able to use. This is not sponsored. I pay them every month since I've been had this plan, but I want to say like the first month that I was using Rocket Money, I saw where I had spent like $200 in a 30-day period eating out. I was like, what is this? Just how much money I spend at Walmart every month, how much I spend at Kroger every month. I was a little surprised because when you're not just watching what you're spending, I kind of know what I have coming in. So I spend what I have coming in. You're really not sure what's going out, and maybe some ways that you can save, or even not spend as much. Because I will say this, I used to think that the biggest thing was don't spend as much, save more. But now my new mentality is thinking of more ways to create more income for my family. Everything has went up. So it's getting harder to save for the average person. So one thing I do definitely want to do is think of more ways to increase my income. However, being mindful of what's being spent also goes a long way. So I love the Rocket Money app. I would highly suggest that to anybody because when it's right in front of you, you can't say you didn't know. Okay? All right. But now going back to the part that I was talking about before I got into that was my large purchases list. So this year I'm going to be purchasing things intentionally. Now you saw in my first video that I did, I set my living room, and I did not buy anything. Everything in that video was stuff that I already had. Some stuff I had never pulled out yet. That stuff is getting used this year. But I want to definitely be intentional about the items that I am purchasing. So I have made a list of things that I would like to purchase. And it's my large purchase list. So if I'm not spending as much money, maybe eating out or maybe some subscriptions, because I did get rid of 4 subscriptions using the Rocket Money. Since I'm not paying those subscriptions, if I pull back on my eating, I could possibly buy this item a little bit earlier. So that's how I'm looking at it right now. For instance, I would love to get a mirror for my entryway because I want to completely redo my entryway. So there are some mirrors that I'm kind of looking at that I'm eyeing. Haven't really decided on one, but it is on my wish list for this year. A credenza, because again, I do want to redo my entryway. I just want something that's more modern. And my entryway right now to me it screams casual. And I really want that space because it's kind of like its own set off room to be a wow factor. So I'm even thinking about purchasing a black credenza. And if you already know, my house has a lot of creams, but I always add in pops of color. So I'm thinking about instead of buying another off-white or white credenza to buy a black one. And I'm going to insert a picture of the credenza that I'm thinking about. So the scared me wants to just purchase a white one. The excited me, like, no, do something different, go for it, is going to be the black one. So you guys tell me, should I get the black one and just go for it? Or should I get the white one or, the off-white one? Because they do have a off-white one of this same credenza. I watch a lot of decorators on YouTube. One of my favorite is Decorating with Miss Trina. I love decorating easy with Miss Trina. I love her. And so she has a lot of neutrals in her home, and her neutrals are like creams. Sometimes she does grays, but she does have black as well. So I absolutely love how she styles. And she has a lot of white in her house as well, or cream, that off-white color in her house as well. But she also has large black pieces in there. And I just love how it flows. So I think I want to do the black, but I'm a little nervous to do the black. But I really, really want to do the black. Another thing that I'm looking for is a beautiful arch mirror, a gold one. I'm gonna insert a picture of an arch mirror that I'm looking for, but I want a large one. I have the big square mirror that I, moved out of the office space and put in the living room, and I just want something more up to date. So that is on my wish list of things that I want to buy. To go in my living room, and they can get a little pricey. So I definitely want to save some money so I can purchase one. Another item is custom curtains. There is a company called Chad Made, and they do custom drapery. And I would love to have a set for my living room. So that's on my wish list. And I know you guys have probably heard of pinch pleat, but they make a set of triple pinch pleat. And when I tell you those curtains look so divine, I'm going to insert a picture here of pinch pinch pleat. And this is not even the Chad Made pinch pleat. This is just some pinch pleat that I found that look luxurious, but the Chad Made triple pinch pleat, that's a mouthful. They are beautiful. And so one side for my window space in the living room is about $200 for one panel. Yeah. But I would absolutely love to have some Chad Made triple pinch pleat curtains. So that's on my list for things to buy. So it's the credenza, the mirror, um, the triple pitch pleat curtains. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, and a beautiful gold lamp to go in my entryway as well. So really want to focus on my entryway this year and just completely restyling it. And I know I'm going to have to get things piece by piece. So I've written everything down, and I'm going to be putting back some money. So when I see items, especially like when I go on Home Goods or something like that, I'll know what I'm looking for. But then because I have this list here, it's always going to remind me and take me back to what I said I needed in the first place so I don't get off track. Also, I'm not going to be doing a lot of holiday shopping this year. I purchased so much stuff for Christmas. Christmas was beautiful, but I purchased a lot. The only thing that I do plan on shopping for the only holidays is Easter. I love Easter. I think Easter is so much fun. I love um, celebrating Easter and taking part of the festivities, part of, outside of church and that kind of thing. Because of course, just like Christmas, we do understand the reason for the season, but I do love to partake in the bunnies and all that other stuff. I have babies, I have children, and it's just kind of been something that we do on a yearly basis. So Easter is one of those holidays I love because it's so colorful, it's so fun. So Easter will definitely be big on this channel. So just get ready. I want to purchase maybe a few more things for outside for Halloween because I do like to decorate for Halloween as well, for the outside. And then Christmas, I need another Christmas tree because the one I had last year, I can't use it this year. And I would like a taller tree than I had last year as well. So I'm really going to be intentional about sticking to only purchasing items for those holidays, because sometimes I think, especially when you're watching YouTube, you feel like you have to buy something for every single holiday, and that is just not the case. And that is not real life, and I am not doing that this year. So I'm sticking to those 3 holidays, and that's okay. So the next couple of things are just things that I'm going to try and remember, and I think that we should all try and remember. I'm not complaining in 2024. In 2024, I am not complaining. I am going to show more gratitude. When you focus on what's wrong with the situation, it will always be bigger than what's going right for you. And I think sometimes, having a heart that's full with gratitude, it just helps so much more. So I am not going to be complaining this year. I am determined to see the bright side of everything. Because as long as I'm here, as long as there's breath in my body, there will always be a bright side. I was on Facebook the other day and I was just talking about how I was and where I was as a young woman when I was 19 years old. You would have never been able to make me believe that even where I am right now would be where I am, because at that time I had so much going on in my life. I was a young mom, I had a 1-year old, and I was getting ready to have another baby. And I just felt like I could not see the light of day. But oh my God, how my life has changed. And I'm so thankful and I'm so happy about where I am. And so that's why I know sometimes when we get focused on the bad things, it can seem so much bigger than all the good things that we have going on. So I, in 2024, am going to focus more on not complaining and showing gratitude, because that's important and that's what's going to help keep us grounded. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to be doing in 2024 is I am going to be a part of the change. So 2023 was not a bad year for me, but it was also another year where came and it went. I didn't really do anything. And I do not want that to be this year for me. I am going to be stepping out. I'm going to be doing some things. I want to meet new people this year. I have already talked to somebody on social media that we have been talking back and forth. She lives in my area. She's also a content creator. We are going to meet up one day and just have lunch and see what happens. I know a lot of times people holler and yell, no new friends, but meeting new connections and meeting new people honestly is like, you're missing out on so many potential opportunities. A lot of times in life, and I hate to say this, but it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so sometimes the people that you already know can only help you get or give you information to take you so far. So you cannot be against meeting new people and having new experiences, because you never know what you might be missing out on because you just don't want to meet new people. And I'm not doing that this year. I am also stepping out and I want to do more things this year. So I am hosting a Galentine's this year, and I'm going to take you guys along, and I'm going to be planning that Galentine's and we're showing you guys what we're doing, because it's going to be an all ladies event. It's going to be for my friends, some of my clients, and then some people they know. They're going to be bringing people with them, and we're going to have a really great time. So I am so looking forward to that. I've never been to a Galentine's, and even though I'm married, like, what girl does not want to get together with a group of other ladies and have fun? It's going to be during brunch time, eat brunch, have a little girl talk, like dress up, be cute. Like, I'm so excited about this Galentine's. Y'all have no idea. But I'm hosting a Galentine's this year, and I'm definitely going to be showing you guys that. And it's coming up in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be the first weekend in February. So I'm really, really excited about that. And we're going to do a perfume exchange, and I love perfume. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I am dedicated this year to being the change. I have never been to a Galentine's. I don't know anybody that's planned one, but I'm going to be a part of doing something different. So that's going to be my thing, for this year, and just being a part of the change. So I can't say that there's nothing to do if I'm not looking for something to do and I'm not trying to embrace and have new experiences. So I'm definitely, definitely excited about that. So yeah, I'm going to be the change this year. Okay, so the next thing, and pretty much the final thing, I said I was not doing no diets. Okay. I am not really dieting per se. I want to focus on portion control, and getting more active. Like, I have a stationary bike that I purchased some time ago, and I literally probably in 2023 rode that bike 4 times. I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to actually stay focused, and I'm going to get up, and I typically try and ride the bike in the morning or in the evening. So I at least do between 30 to 45 minutes on the bike. Just want to get more active, portion control, and then I am detoxing in between to kind of help. But I do definitely want to lose some weight, not only just for the look of it, but because of my health. I'll be 37 this year, and I definitely need to make sure that I'm taking the best care of myself that I can. I have people depending on me, and then I want to be here for me too. So definitely, definitely portion controlling and getting active in 2024. All right, you guys. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in another week here. I cannot tell you guys how ecstatic I am about the growth that I have experienced on the channel. I have so many great things in store coming for the channel, and we are almost to 1,000 subscribers. And once we hit that 1,000, we're doing a contest. I'm going to be sending out a couple of gifts because I literally just want to tell you guys thank you. Just you being here, you sharing your kind words. I really, really appreciate it. So pause for a second. What happened to me at the end of last year? So I was on the road with my videos prior to Christmas. The week of Thanksgiving, I got COVID, and I was down for a whole week, and I didn't have any videos stored up. And so it kind of got hard for me once I got over COVID to try and come back to just getting on a regular recording schedule. But now I'm back. I'm going to be more organized, and I'm going to be more intentional because that's what we're doing this year. And I'm going to be on track this time, but that's what happened last time when I disappeared for a while. But thank you for coming back again and showing me so much support. If you have not already, please think about subscribing. I would love to have you here. I so appreciate it. And what I want you to do is leave me a comment on what are your intentions for 2024. I would love some new ideas on maybe some things that I didn't mention that I should be doing in 2024. Please help us out, okay? But you guys, thank you so much. Stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.